Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through my tips from the round 4 of the AFLW season, as well as going and tipping for round 5 of the AFLW season. So anyway, let's just jump into it with all the big tips to go through. So especially with there being 11 tips this round to go through from round 4 and tipping 11 other games to go through. Collingwood suck. It's simple as that. I don't expect them to win a game. If they've lost to I expect to be bottom two sides in West Coast and Western Bulldogs in one game, one round. I don't expect them to do well. I had them by 16, as you see here. They lost by 17. It ruined my my margin. Then I had Brisbane by 50. They won by 47. That was a really good tip. I had, and you see here also my ranking blew out about 1,500 or so. 1450 I think it was, give or take. I was 1665 and now I'm 3216. A little bit down in the rankings, but I think I can come back a little bit, get top 1k or so. I think is a still reasonable end, I think, to the fantasy to the tipping season. I had Brisbane by 50, they won by 47. I had Richmond here by 15, they won by 33. I had North by 40, they won by 36. Then I had Gold Coast by 10, and that was terrible. They lost by 69, sorry. So I was, 79 points off, which is 13 goals. Then I had St Kilda by 18, they lost by 57. So I was, 75 points off. So I was 12.5 goals off there. Then I had Fremantle by 12, they won by 6, that was a good tip. I had Adelaide by 45, they ended up winning by 33. Then I had Collingwood by 24, they lost by 42. It was 11 goals off there. Then I had Sydney by 10 in a close one, and Brisbane by 42, and they won by 45. So I was 6 points off on both Brisbane games, but then I was, 42, 66... I was 99 points off in the Collingwood double games. I was well off on those two games, but well on in the Brisbane games for the double game week. Now we move on to round 5, and hopefully there isn't an injury crisis that causes Collingwood's season to just absolutely derail, as it pretty much did. Richmond against Port. I think Richmond wins this one. I think Ellie McKenzie being back, as well as Isla Sheeran having a couple games under her belt, should do really well. I expect Richmond to win this game by, I think, how did Port do? Richmond are on a roll, aren't they? I think they're going to smash this one. I think they're going to win by, I think they're high scoring. Icon Park as well. I'm going to go Richmond by 40. I think they genuinely smash up Port Adelaide a little bit here. And I think it'll be a little bit surprising for people, but I think that they'll win that pretty convincingly. Kangas will win on the Wednesday. I think they'll win that. I think they'll win this pretty comfortably in the end against Carlton. I think North are just, it's very hard to play North at the moment, and so I think that North will win, and I think they'll win by 32 points in the end. I think Carlton will put up a decent enough fight, but I don't think that they'll win in the end. Hawthorn are looking really good. Geelong beats Gold Coast pretty convincingly. Look back to their best. Hawthorn also trounced St Kilda. I think Geelong win this game. I know this is going to sound crazy without Georgie Sparkus, but they just looked better. They looked like they were able to open up the ground a lot more. I just like that they were able to play a lot more free flowing footy. So I think they'll win this one by, I think they'll win it in a close one by 7 points. Gold Coast will win this. Collingwood literally have to put Collingwood, I don't even know if they can put a team together. I'm going to go Gold Coast by, I think, 25 points in that game. Essendon against Melbourne. Melbourne will win this. Essendon still don't have Bonnie too good back, so I think Essendon are really going to struggle. So I think Melbourne are probably going to win that one pretty convincingly, as I've just raced through the tips in this one, actually. I just think that the mix of Melbourne, as well as the fact that Melbourne went down in a heartbreaking fashion with Ailish McCarthy, I think it is. McCarthy can go after the siren to win it for Fremantle. So I think, and Melbourne gave away an 18-point lead at 3/4 time. So I think that will fire under the belly type stuff from Melbourne, as well as them being pretty much season on the line type stuff. So I think that Melbourne will come out and beat Essendon by 22 points here. Then we get to St Kilda versus Fremantle. Sorry. 85-15. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Also, can we just say that the Swans are... Oh, that's the... Is that on the Friday? So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow. Okay. I thought the Swans that was on a Sunday, just given that how late in the game week cycle that it was. But anyway, 85 and 15% split towards St Kilda's away. I don't know about that one because I think Fremantle, their only loss, Fremantle, I think came against Adelaide. St Kilda haven't really played any of the big dogs. St Kilda also, I think, would just be ravaged by the Fremantle midfield. So I'm going to go Fremantle. Against the grain here, I also want to go for kind of a little bit tips just to see if I can get back into it. But I generally actually think Fremantle can win this. I'm going to go Fremantle by 21 points. Western Bulldogs against Sydney. I think Sydney win. I just don't think Western Bulldogs, without their captain Blackburn, are going to put up much of a fight. And I think Sydney, although they had some injury concerns, chaos and everything with Chloe Molloy out, I think Cynthia Hamilton being back really definitely helps. I also think they came up against in a derby game and beat GWS pretty. They won by 3 points, but they won that game. And I think Western Bulldogs are going to struggle a little bit, so I'm going to go Sydney in this one by I think 18 points. I think 3 goals. North against Richmond. I think Richmond are really good, but North are different gravy this year, so I'm going to go North in this game. I think by 20 points or so. I think Richmond are really good, but I just think North will have a way to lock down Conti a little bit more effectively, I think. And then I think that also they will just find a way to win it with Riddell Garner in that midfield alongside King and Tripodi. I think that's just a really strong midfield. I think that all 4 of those midfielders walk easily into a best 3 midfield in pretty much any team in the comp. Maybe Brisbane doesn't. They don't walk into that midfield. But then again, I think that a lot of the players like Conway probably is multi-dimensional, that you could just put her forward and then you just chuck her even a Tripodi in the midfield, or just play Tripodi as the 4th girl there. So yeah, I just think that their midfield is so strong that it will just overpower Richmond. GWS against West Coast. GWS have injury crisis, suspension crisis. West Coast, Henson Park though. So I'm going to go GWS, them being there already, and also just West Coast having already played a couple games. So I think that they'll start to tire a little bit, given that they've played, what will it be, 3 games in what is it? They probably played on the Tuesday, I think, then they play on the Sunday or something, then they play on the Sunday again. So they start to play they played 4 games in 16 days. I just think that the legs will be taken out of them a little bit. So I'm going to go GWS by, I think, 15 points in that game. And then you have Brisbane versus Adelaide. What a game this will be. This game will probably decide the tip. I guess I'm surprised about that. Carlton, Port Adelaide, where are they? Port are down the bottom. No, okay. I was just looking at that quickly. Brisbane, Adelaide, Brisbane. One of them's undefeated. Brisbane have lost a game. This is. I can see it going both ways because, as I said with the North Melbourne, midfield, etc. It's a very hard game to tip this one. Adelaide, they came up again and dismantled Essendon. Brisbane have dismantled both teams they played in their double game week. I'm going to go Adelaide just because of the fresher legs in this one. Even though it's the home crowd advantage for Brisbane, I'm going to go Adelaide by 15 points. And then you have Port against Carlton. I actually think Carlton get this one in the double game week done, as I just think that they'll have a little bit fresher bodies. I know that they actually have the later game, but I think also just youngsters, they start to hit the wall here a little bit, and I just think Carlton have a little bit more of a more hardened body side in a way. They don't have as many youngsters in it, so I think that they'll just find a way to win this game by, I think, 17 points. So anyway, that is the tips for the round. I stretched it out to 10 minutes after going through the first couple in about 4 minutes. But anyway, that is the tips. And if you did enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the further game reviews to catch them all up. But I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye, guys.